For as much as I hate tier lists, I'm putting out a second one today. And I'm doing this because I think a lot of people don't understand how these type of games work or how tier lists work. So this video is going to be for free to play, early game only tier list. If you end up liking this video, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day. You're going to be pulling 5-star monsters without dupes. Dupes are important. When you see an overall general tier list, and you see a 5-star at the top, like an S tier, this is in regarding to max skills. We don't get to see the max skills and the abilities that it can do in this collection book. So when you max skill a 5-star, these things go up. This is why I'm doing an early game tier list today, because people don't understand this aspect. This early in the game, you really should not invest in 5-stars unless you spend and you get a bunch of dupes. I would not use a 5-star until you at the least get one duplicate, because when you get a duplicate, their SP cost goes down or their cooldown time goes down. This is hugely important because you only have so much SP at the beginning of the fight. Focus on 3 stars and 4 stars early game. It will help you clear the whole story on easy mode. The more you know. Okay, now that tip is out, I'm going to go over the free-to-play early game tier list. You get the infinite draw and you get a bunch of summons. And you'll also be getting more summons as you progress through the game. Numero uno, only use it on the summon banner. Don't go for the weapon banner. Dupes to your costumes are more important. You will be summoning a ton, you might not get 5 stars, you might not get dupes of the specific costume you want. So this tier list is going to go by early game progression. What's the easiest to build and what's the best of the ones that are easy to build. In the no column, do not build. These are any 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star heroes that either A, have high SP cost, B, there's either a 4-star that is better than them that you can max skill, or C, there's just better options. In the C column, these are heroes that you just situationally want to build. I want to put some notable mention. It's either 3 stars or 4 stars that need a lot of support, or these are 5 stars that you can use at +0. There are better heroes out there, but these are ones that you either combine 2 of the 5-star +0s, or they're just good early game, or situationally tank a front line, whatever the case may be. The B tier are heroes that you can use. I'll talk very briefly about these heroes. Beatrice, max skilled, she does huge single target damage to one enemy. Low SP cost, very good. If you're in a dungeon that has win enemies, she can definitely benefit. She can do huge damage to a boss and pretty much one-shot any monster you want. There's just better. Carlson, situationally a great frontline tank, decreases incoming physical damage by 65% for 4 turns. You can constantly have this up due to its cooldown time and its low SP cost. Fred, a good win frontline tank, high base stats, can manipulate the battlefield by pushing an enemy forward so you can do AoE damage if you need to in a certain pattern. Luciane, she is a healer, a 4-star healer, can do good heals. But she's only in B tier because you can pretty much nuke everything and you don't need a healer. But she will need to be max skilled. Scheherazade, B tier, she is good, however, 5-star unit, hard to max costume. You start the game with her, so technically you could pull on her banner to make her stronger. Or you could do the infinite roll to get a dupe of her and get her weapon. But there's a 3-star unit early game that can be beneficial to you that is water, so you don't really need to focus on her. B tier unit Lucretia, very good SP manipulation when you only use 2 SP and you acquire 3. This will help you in the second round. She also has a silence, but she doesn't do much damage. And early game, you just nuke everything. Last on the B tier 3-star unit, Reganette. Easy to max skill, 1 SP cost, situational good unit. She has a skip attack so she can attack someone in the back line, allowing all your allies to attack that unit with skills. So if you have the right attack tile patterns, this can be highly beneficial. A tier units. and I'll talk about them a little bit more in depth. Andrew, 4-star unit, very easy to skill up because of the gotcha rates. The gotcha rates are good, compared to other games anyway. Plus you get him in the pub, even better. SP manipulation, but really like I talked about in the past, any hero that has multiple costumes is good because you can use different costumes in battle. You don't need to select it before the battle. You can change anytime. They're harder to skill up and max out, yes. His second costume is huge, evades the enemy's attack, and it's a taunt. He has high base stats as well. So if you have a maxed out first costume, if you have the SP the second round, you can use his other costume. Or vice versa, whatever. But really a 4-star and 5-star units, but 4 stars too, they only really shine when you max out their costume. Highly important. Bernie, another A tier unit, low SP cost. It's pretty much a free skill because you get 3 SP and use 3 SP. So you'll have 3 extra SP in round 2. You can also silence an enemy and the damage is actually pretty good. A tier 4-star unit Layla. Now she's highly important because of her ability to craft gear. You need to focus on her crafting gear so that you can craft UR gear in the future. However, what I like about her is that she is physical damage, and she has the tile pattern of a S tier unit, early game S tier unit, and that is Cry. You start out with an attack buff, then you go Cry, and then you go Layla. The problem is she has high SP cost, so if you don't have her maxed, I would not use her yet. But if you get lucky with Layla dupes, definitely use her with Cry. The only 5-star unit that is above B, and that's Justia coming in at A tier. She is here early game for 2 reasons. 1, early game there is a Justia banner, and you should be summoning on costume banner. And you get more summons by summoning on her and getting her. I put Justia at A tier early game over Scheherazade, only for the fact that she has true physical damage. All you need is an attack buff and you boost her attack. The skill can't crit, but it ignores defense. But again, she's really only going to shine if you have dupes. At +1, her SP goes down by 1. At S2, her damage goes up, and that's why dupes of costumes are important. Okay, S tier units that you should build in Brown Dust 2 early game June 2023. Wiggle, probably the best 3-star in the game. Does huge damage, easy to max out, kills himself but revives at the end of the battle. But as long as he does his job, kills 2, 3, maybe 4 monsters, he's done his job. The rest of your team clears the path. Another 3-star unit, Maria, easy to skill up. 4 SP cost, can attack 3 monsters in the same column. Good damage. Araness, 3-star again. Max skill, her skill does 70% attack boost. Also increases crit rate to all your allies as well. And this is huge early game because the gear is not where we want it. We don't have that crit rate. So if you're not using true physical damage monsters, they require crit rate to really boost their damage. Best 3-star support in the game. Cry, S tier early game 4-star. X pattern attack lowers defense, really good with other physical damage units. But he can do damage himself. I highly suggest to at least try to get him to +3 before using him, but if you want to use him before that, you can. Emma, 3-star unit, S tier. She has 2 costumes, and because of the light buff that's going on right now, she just shines. That's why this is an early game tier list of June 2023. Her 1 costume boosts her own attack. This really only goes for her basic attack. But if you run her with like Araness, she gets that crit rate and her basic attack can be huge. Her other costume is really good as well. It knocks back a target 2 squares to the left. The knockback target deals 125% of its max HP to the impacted target, which most monsters and enemies have roughly around the same health, except for bosses. But this will one-shot that impacted target. Jaden, an amazing hero, also has 2 costumes. Has a self-heal over time and also can decrease magic damage. But not only that, his other costume does deadly AoE damage in a plus shape pattern. It also skips the front line, so this can really benefit you in some monster battles. And last on the list, S tier unit Samé. Again, 2 costumes, 1 being good damage, 3 in the front row and 1 in the middle back. Also decreases magic resist, so if you run with other magic users, even better. But her second costume is really good. Increases attack, increases magic attack, also gives all allies a heal over time as well. But that's it for today's video. I just wanted to showcase an early game tier list because I think some people are confused on how gacha games really work. The first tier list is literally a tier list in general, talking about all monsters and them being maxed. This one is for your early game. If you end up liking this video, sub, like, ding ding a bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!